Dear Assalamu alaikum. That is the 9.3 exercise, question number 2. The end point P of a line segment PQ. What does it mean? There is a line segment, means that a piece of a line, that is a line segment, and piece of a line, there is a point P, because he said the end point P. So we assume that this is the end point P, and he said P, the line segment PQ. It means that other point is that its value Q. How to read the statement, how to understand the statement? The end point P of a line segment PQ is minus 3 comma 6. First he said P, so this is the first point of that is that minus 3 comma 6. So this is the value of P is equal to minus 3 comma 6. What is that? Is minus 3 comma 6, and its midpoint is 5 8. Let M is its midpoint, correct? And what is the value of M is that 5 comma 8. Okay, is find the coordinates of the end point Q. We have to find the coordinates of end point Q. It means that we have to need, like, let this is X and this is Y. XY coordinate, we have to find out the value of XY. The first, what we assume that M is the midpoint. We assume, I will suppose, point of line segment PQ. Line segment PQ. So what is the midpoint formula? If M is the midpoint, so what is the midpoint formula? Yes, x1 plus x2 over 2 and comma y1 plus y2 over 2. That is the midpoint formula. If according to this formula, maybe that you confuse, so you have to assume that the value of this one is like x2 and this one y2, because as I explained in the formula, at this point P, you assume that this point is x1 and this point is y1, and M is the midpoint, because according to formula I told you that M is equal to x and y, that is a comma xy. So this is the value of x and this is the value is y. We assume that because you learn the formula in such a way that mxy, that is the midpoint. So what is that? The midpoint mxy is equal to this one according to formula. Now you have to just put the values and find out the answer. So xy, what is that xy? 5 comma 8. M, the value of x, you will write that 5. The value of y, you will write that 8. Correct? Here x1, the value of x1 is equal to minus 3 plus x2, nothing value of x2, write x2 remains same over 2, then comma y1 6 plus y2 will remain same over. Till here any question in your mind, then please ask. Everyone is clear? I will repeat the steps what I did. According to statement, P and Q are the endpoints of the line segment, and this point 5 and 8 is the midpoint. So first of all, I assume the name of the midpoint M, P is given, and Q we assume that x2, y2. and here xy, because according to formula I explain the midpoint formula is this. That's why I assume the name of these points like according to our formula. Then after that, putting the values of x1, y1, xy and x2, y2 in the formula. Which sign between them? Equal. Here 2 coordinate and here also 2 coordinate. It means that if the sign is equal, the first coordinate is equal to first and the second y coordinate is equal to y coordinate. So then after that we start to solve. I want to explain it here. So what is x coordinate? 5. 5 is equal to, here is x coordinate, minus 3 plus x2 over 2. I mention it here. That is x coordinate. Then this line explain the y coordinate. What is y coordinate here? 8. Very good. After that equal sign, we apply the equal sign. What's y coordinate here? 6 plus y2 over 2. Now we have to find out the value of x2 and y2. We have to simplify. So how to simplify here? The first step, yes, 2 is dividing here. When coming on this side, it will multiply. 5 multiplied by 2, that is equal to minus 3 plus x2. Clear? Good. 5 2s are 10. Minus 3 shifting on this side, it will become plus. Here what is remaining here? x2. Plus क्यों नहीं लिखा? First sign is plus, then no need to write. Good. 10 plus 3, 13. That is the value of x2. Question is over? No. What's remaining? Okay, solution of the y coordinate. So please, what is the first step? Yes? Good. 8 multiplied by 2. 6 plus y2 will remain same. Absolutely right. Okay, the next one. 8 2s are 16. What is the next change? 6 shifting on this side because we have to find out the value of y2. Absolutely correct. So when 6 shifting on this side of the equal sign, what change? Minus. Good. Is equal to, what's remaining on the right hand side of the equal sign? y2. Correct. And 16 minus 6. Very difficult question, right? That is a 10. So our question is finish? No, one step that you have to write. What is asking about this? The statement, the demand of the question, find the value of q. So after that, at the end of that, we will write. So q is equal to x2 value. What is that? 13, comma 10. That is our answer. Hope all of you understand. So what is the change of question number 1 and question number 2? That is my question to you. Yes. So what is the change in question number 1 and in question number 2? So please reply. Yeah, the change is that in question number 1, we have to find midpoint and the endpoints are given. In question number 1, endpoints are given and we have to find out the midpoint. And question number 2, what is that? Midpoint of is given and one endpoint is given. We have to find out the second endpoint. Same formula we will use, but there is a little change of the solution of this question. You are absolutely correct. After that, now you have tried to solve its next part. Otherwise, inshallah, the problems we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much. Take care and Allah Hafiz.